gorgeous. I'm so glad you've joined us for this Sunday celebration at Unity of Houston. This is the time in the service you get to welcome each other with a handshake, a hug, a holy high five, or if you prefer no contact, please just give us one of these.
Faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Just to know
Namaste, my brothers and sisters. I am your brother, Tanet here, reminding you there is a special event going on every first Tuesday of the month in the Golden Pyramid of Light of Unity of Houston. At 7 p.m., we have a sound healing journey with the Mystic Village. We'll be guiding and leading you into a sound healing journey to help you relax your mind, to de-stress, to return to the moment. If you need sound healing from the crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, the flutes, the Native American indigenous drum, if you're inspired by a sound journey, it's happening here at Unity of Houston, 7 p.m. in the Golden Pyramid of Light every first Tuesday of the month. I look forward to seeing you there, relaxing and melting in love and feeling one love. Namaste.
That's right. It's time for Unity of Houston's annual Trunk or Treat. Saturday, October 26th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come on down, bring the family, and enjoy Trunk or Treat. It will be an amazing...
Wait, Mr. Announcer, there's more.
What's that?
This is a huge event for Unity families as well as families in the surrounding communities. Last year, we had over 500 kids attend.
Wow.
About 25% from Unity and 75% from the surrounding community.
Amazing.
Everyone is welcome. In fact, last year we had several senior citizen centers decorate their bus, and their seniors had a wonderful time passing out candy and treats. So this year, our vision is to have around 40 cars and 500 to 600 kids.
Wow.
So in order to do that, we need volunteers to make this happen. You can volunteer by decorating and setting up prior to the event. You can assist by being a greeter and signing guests in. ¿Hablas español? It's great to be bilingual, but it's not necessary. You can decorate your vehicle to pass out candy and treats, or you can donate candy and treats. Lots and lots of candy. You can also volunteer as a photographer, a candy supplier, a nurse, or to clean up, and so much more.
Wow. Sounds like you need a lot of help putting this together.
Sure do. So to volunteer, contact Stephen Krugler at unityofhouston.org. Thanks, Mr. Announcer.
You're welcome. Well, there you have it, folks. It sounds like an amazing opportunity to support your community and to experience the joy of Trunk or Treat. See you there. That's right. It's time for Unity of Houston's annual Trunk or Treat.
Just want to take a minute to invite you to join us for Touchstone. This is our annual fall spiritual deepening program. Each year we take a different theme, and for 6 weeks we explore that theme, how we can deepen in our connection with Spirit and live a life that is more fulfilling and with more freedom. So this year we have chosen to base the theme on our 3 values: being, becoming, and belonging. So our title is The Path of Freedom, being, becoming, and belonging. The being statement where we began is really our most important truth, is that we live from our oneness with God and each other. And our becoming statement is just an understanding and a normalization of the fact that we still have growth to do. We're all evolving. So even though we are one with infinite good, we are all becoming more aware of that and living into that more fully. And belonging, that's why we're here, is we create a spiritual home for all people. That we want to do this work of our becoming as we live our being. We want to do it together, and everyone belongs at Unity of Houston. So you'll be invited to join us for our Sunday morning messages, and it's going to be fabulous. We have myself and Stacy Collins. She'll be doing a couple of those when I'm in Japan with our sacred travel with some of our folks here in Unity of Houston, kind of in the middle. But you're invited to be a part of that. And as well, we made a spirit group curriculum, a video curriculum. And so everyone in the community is encouraged and invited to join a spirit group if you're not already part of one for this 6-week program. It's just a wonderful way to work out what these ideas mean to you and bounce them off each other and get encouragement and support from other like-minded people. So if you've been feeling a little isolated maybe, or like you'd like to make some new friends, this is a great way to do that, as well as doing your spiritual work. It's wonderful. And the bookends this year, as always, are Homecoming Sunday on October 6th and Celebration Sunday on November 10th. Those are the beginning and the end. But we've kind of switched the emphasis this year to Homecoming Sunday. That we're going to do both, but Homecoming Sunday is really where we're going to be doing the big celebration, because it is the 20th anniversary of our beautiful sanctuary. And so Homecoming Sunday, in addition to launching Touchstone, we will be having a celebration of our wonderful 20th anniversary of our sanctuary with Reverend Howard and Diane Caesar joining us, some other special things there. And the night before, on Saturday, October 5th, we'll be having a wonderful party to celebrate this milestone in the life of our church. I hope you'll join us. It's a wonderful time to plug back in or to plug in for the first time here at Unity of Houston. You are welcome here. I thought he was not going to stop talking. I just went on and on. We got a lot of things coming up in the next few weeks. This is it's kind of our back to school event, our Touchstone program each fall. You don't want to miss a Sunday if you can help it. Join a spirit group if that's not something you normally do. And I've got another announcement to do first, where the foys go. We have a wonderful repeat of this Enneagram class, backed by popular demand. We had a huge turnout when you all offered it earlier this year, and a lot of people did not get a chance to be in it. You've been hearing me talk about how helpful it has been to know my Enneagram type and to study the Enneagram. It helps me understand who I am. One of the teachers that I like, she says this: I'm not trying to put you in a box by giving you this number. I'm trying to let you see the box you're already in. If you understand who you are, the way your personality works, it helps you to navigate it better. So I really encourage you to join this class if you're at all interested in this work. And Stephanie did tell me that you don't have to have taken the assessment for this first week, so you can just join. Go to our website. You'll find it under the events right there on the homepage. You can sign up there, but we really encourage you to be a part of it. And understand there is going to be a level 2 that comes in the new year, so you'll want to take this one now. Now I'll talk about next weekend. Wonderful celebration, 20 years that we've been in this sanctuary. And what we'd like to do is invite everyone who's had any part, maybe you donated money or time in the beginning when it was made, or just if you felt the love in this space in the last 20 years, come celebrate with us this beautiful milestone. So Saturday night, we're going to be gathering here in the sanctuary. We'll have appetizers and wine out in the lobby. And then after we've kind of mixed and mingled for a bit, we'll come in here and we'll have just a little bit of a sacred moment to reflect on all of the light, all the joy, all the love that we've experienced in here. And then we will move down to the pyramid for the rest of the party. I don't know if you know this, but this church owns its own dance floor, and we use it often, and that was thanks to the Foys. They bought it for Amy's wedding a few years ago, and they donated it to us. And so that is going to be we're going to have more food, and Keith Vivens and his band will be performing that night. So you want to be here. It's going to be fabulous. So the whole event is for $20, which for the 20th anniversary, we're just hoping to cover our costs for everything. We want to make this just a celebration of our wonderful sanctuary and of our community. So it'll be the place to be. You can sign up, buy your ticket online, and tickets will be available at the door. Then, Sunday morning, Reverend Howard and Diane Caesar will be back with us. We have several amazing things that are going to be offered in that Sunday morning service. Plan on about 10 extra minutes, because we've got a lot we want to talk about and celebrate. So if you have, again, been a part of building this sanctuary, a part of being this community in this sanctuary, it is a milestone in the life of our church. Join us for Homecoming Sunday next week. And we will also be launching our Touchstone program. All right. And later on, we're going to be having our pet blessing in October. So Cindy Klein, would you come up and tell us about that? Reverend Cindy Klein, everyone.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Unity. How many of you have pets at home? Raise your hand. Wow, that is a lot of pets. We love our pets, and our pets are the epitome of unconditional love for us And you know, mine have taught me what unconditional love looks like. My pets are my favorite thing in the whole world. And our animal kinship ministry will be having our annual pet blessing on Saturday, October the 12th, right out here in the courtyard. Reverends Claudia Olmos and Stacy Collins and myself will be blessing the pets, giving a very special blessing, individual blessing for your pet. And we will also have demonstrations from Marta Defects on how to do CPR and first aid for your pet. We will have a pet photographer and a pet artist here. We will have our angel wings out in the courtyard where you can take a picture with your pet, you and your pet. And Anna Mills and several rescues will be here with us. So do mark your calendar and bring your special pet. And I do want to say, if you can't bring your pet in person, if your pet's not the type of pet that wants to come out and socialize, bring a picture, and we will do a blessing of your pet through your picture. So I hope you'll join us Saturday, October the 12th, right out here in the courtyard. Thank you.
Beautiful, Cindy. Thank you. I do believe that animals are her favorite thing in the world, and she has a family too, but she loves her animals. No. So October 13th, that same weekend, is also World Homeless Weekend. And as you know, Unity of the Community is the part of our community that does work to support people who are unhoused. And we will be doing an event that Sunday morning. What we're asking you to do is to bring toiletries. We're doing a toiletries drive for the unhoused in conjunction with the Beacon Center downtown. So tomorrow and on the 13th, you're welcome to bring any size toiletries so we can support our brothers and sisters who are homeless right now. And we'll also be marking that moment with a prayer for all of those folks in the service. I think that's pretty much everything I need to say. Thank you all for listening. There's a lot going on here at this church. If you are new, this is your first time with us, go to the table in the lobby, the blue table there. You'll see these gift bags. That's the welcome table. There will be a team there to answer any questions you might have about us, and we also have a gift for you. So that's what we encourage you to do, and then we'd like you to fill out the connection card if you'd like to. Just a few questions. We want to know your information in case you'd like to be on our email list. And if you're watching online and you have not yet filled out the connection card, we have an online version on all the platforms you might be live streaming today, and you can also fill it out there. I always just like to say, wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are welcome at Unity of Houston. We love celebrating our diversity in all ways, and this is Hispanic Heritage Month. Reverend Claudia and the Spanish ministry have put together a beautiful theme this year. It's the gifts of our ancestors. And today, Ricardo Villamar is going to be here to share today. Please welcome him to the stage.
Muy buen día. ¿Cómo están? Bien. Esta es la primera clase de español, the first class of Spanish, okay? Good morning, everyone. I greet you warmly. I'm Ricardo Villamar. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm the second of 7 children. I grew up in a good family environment with some shortages. Even with those limitations, my parents always tried to keep us as close as possible. I graduated as an architect. I was very young when married Janet, but she's younger than me. Yeah. We have 3 extraordinary daughters, an amazing grandson, and 3 very good sons-in-law. Everything's it's fine. After traveling for a long time on various projects in different places in Mexico, I wanted to stop being a weekend dad. Although my dad was not the ultra affectionate one, I remember that he was at home every day. And I wanted to do that. Not only be the provider, but the real dad. It was when we decided in 2007 to migrate to this country, to make a family life, the kind of life that I saw at home since I was a child. And we realized that in this country, if we did things right, if we worked hard with the favor of God, surely we could take advantage of all the opportunities here, and that is exactly what happened. Let me tell you, An outstanding event occurred at the beginning of 2008 while I was intensely looking for work. An angel in the form of a person asked to the pastor of the church that we attended, "I'm turning to you to find out if you know somewhere who has experience in residential and construction, in residential and commercial construction, and who preferably speaks Spanish." The pastor immediately told him, "Stop, don't look any further. I have the right person you are looking for." After that, I was able to express my work capacities with some very experienced people from this city. At some point, my father came visit us, came with me in a random day of work, and he told me, "I don't know how you make the people understand you," because he don't speak nothing English. And I answer, "It's not what I say, but what I do. You taught me this. Actions speak louder than words." Also, I remember how my parents and grandmother taught us to be grateful for everything. That simple habit of please, thank you, that simple habit have been with me until this moment. Before I fixed this mindset, I was scolded by my father in a certain restaurant. Some of my brothers and I found of a family that in another table was praying for the food, and they were holding hands. I had never seen such a strange thing. My father saw that, and he said, "You are laughing." But I will tell you something. The simple act of gratitude surely allows them to come to this restaurant whenever they want every week. Thing that we can do. I ask you all, their praying is doing what to you? We never prayed for food until we came to this country. We learned that the simple act of praying and giving thanks results in countless blessings, not only physical, but also mental and spiritual. Giving the best of our abilities, time, love for a large number of people has brought us an innumerable amount of blessings. I wonder sometimes if I'm right. And that inner voice that each one of us surely at least one time in the life hear, that inner voice respond immediately. If I had put you here in this country, in this city, with these people, it's because I know that you will come out victorious. And the plan that I originally designed for you is turning out better than I thought. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Gracias.
I open up to my heart. to my heart. I let go. I let go.
It's time to move into the interior space for meditation. So I invite you to adjust the way you are seated so that you feel supported and comfortable. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. I'm so moved by Ricardo's words of gratitude, opening a space for blessing. So I would offer for us this morning an opportunity in this meditation to notice the blessings in our lives and silently and inwardly give thanks. Let us give thanks for our bodies at whatever degree of mobility and wellness we are experiencing. The fact that we are here, breathing, we are here, gives us the opportunity to listen to music, to hear the words of this meditation. And so we give thanks for our body, the temple of the Holy Spirit. Grateful for all of the ways it serves us, sending love and healing thoughts to those places where we need to experience more wholeness in our body. Invite us now to think of the places on this beautiful earth that nourish us and inspire us. Maybe there is a place in your home or out in nature where you feel connected. You can feel the beauty of creation. Just allow one or two of those to come to mind. And give thanks for this opportunity to experience beauty, a place where you feel comforted and inspired. How grateful we are for this place. Call to mind those relationships that nurture, feed, and support us. Those people who are here for us, family, friends, community members. Just allow their faces to appear in your mind's eye and offer a simple prayer of gratitude for this soul who is walking alongside you on this journey of faith. What a blessing. What a blessing. And if there are those who have already crossed over to the next plane of existence, we give thanks for them as well, for the time that we had to walk with them. And lastly, I invite our attention to come back to this room as we bless this space and we prepare to celebrate our anniversary next weekend. But the fact that we are here this morning in person or online, that the doors are open today for us to gather together, to be inspired, to connect and commune, to pray, to meditate. So we give thanks for the blessings that we experience in this community. And again, if there are people in this community that have touched you and supported you, just let those faces come before you with gratitude. And let us be grateful for ourselves, our own heart and mind and soul, the unique expression of God that we are. Releasing all judgment and criticism, all thoughts of not enough. Grateful that we exist, that we are, and that we are worthy of love and belonging. Thank you, God. Amen.
When you see broken beyond repair, I see healing beyond belief. When you see too far gone, I see one step away from home. Many times in one heartbreak, it was never meant to be this way. Look in the mirror and you find someone you never thought you'd see. Oh, but I can still recognize the one I love in your tear-stained eyes. I know you might not see it now, so lift your eyes to me. When you see broken beyond repair, I see healing beyond belief. When you see too far gone, I see one step away from home. When you see nothing but damaged goods, I see something good in the making. You're not finished yet. Oh, when you see wounded, I see mended. You see your worst mistake, but I see this gift I made. There is nothing you could ever do to take my love from you. Hold on, it's not the end. This is where love's work begins. I'm making all things new, and I will make a miracle of you. When you see broken beyond repair, I see healing beyond belief. When you see too far gone, I see one step away from home. When you see nothing but damaged goods, I see something good in the making. You're not finished yet, no. When you see wounded, I see mended. I see my child, my beloved, the new creation you're becoming. You see scars from where you fell, I see stories they will tell. When you see worthless, I see priceless. When you feel pain, well, I see a purpose. When you see unworthy, undeserving, I see you through eyes of mercy. When you see broken beyond repair, I see healing beyond belief. You're not too far gone, you're one step away from home. When you see nothing but damaged goods, I see something good in the making. You're not finished yet. When you see wounded, I see mended. I see mended. You're not broken, my child.
Thank you, Julia. You know, I haven't gotten perfect yet. I hope that's okay. But you should have seen me 20 years ago. You'd be so happy. You'd be so happy that I'm showing up this well today. I promise you. I love that idea that, we see broken beyond repair. We see wounded, but Spirit sees us as whole. And because we have made mistakes, that doesn't disqualify us. I don't know the name of it in Japan, when a piece of pottery is broken, it's repaired with gold. And it becomes even more beautiful in those broken places. You know, when a bone is broken, the mend is even stronger than the original bone. So today is one of my favorite topics. It's on personal purpose, how we find our soul's purpose for being here. What are we doing here anyway? That's what we're going to talk about. But my title is actually A Lever and a Place to Stand. But I have a joke first. It's actually not even a joke. Somebody actually posted this. I love our millennials plus, our younger people. They're just so good. It seems like they come in knowing a lot of things it took me 20 years to learn. It took me a long time to learn that my humanity is divine too. And that my mistakes and my faults, it's all just part of the package. I was such a perfectionist. And there's a new, I don't know if it's a new trend, but this idea of identifying one's own toxic traits. Have you heard this language? It's pretty funny. It's a way to just say, well, this is my toxic trait, and people just tell you what it is. I saw one woman, she said, my toxic trait is this. Nothing is clean unless I clean it. And why doesn't anyone ever help me clean? I can relate a little bit to that. Let me do it. My perfectionist does rise up sometimes. Well, this quote, or the title, A Lever and a Place to Stand, it actually comes from ancient Greece. Archimedes, who was an early mathematician and a proto-scientist and philosopher, he said this, and I'm not going to say it in the original Greek. It's translated into English, and he said this, give me a place to stand in the world and a lever long enough, and I can move the earth. Sounds kind of arrogant, doesn't it? Like, I can do this, give me this, I can do this. But it's actually not. I actually learned about this quote from Father Richard Rohr. And he says, every one of us needs a lever and a place to stand. And it reminded me of our purpose statement. At Unity of Houston, we say, in community, we nurture and empower each other, transforming our lives that we may serve the world. That desire to find out who we really are, find our gifts, find our light. And when we get in touch with that authentic presence of our unique created being, that's our purpose. So your purpose, I know what your purpose is. If you don't know it, your purpose is to be you fully. Your purpose is to bring your authentic self. Rumi, the wonderful Sufi poet from the 13th century, he told this story. Most of his poetry is just beautifully crafted, but this is actually a teaching story attributed to him. He said, it's as if you were sent here from a far-off kingdom with but one purpose. And if you do or do not achieve this purpose, nothing else that you achieve matters. And this purpose is this: the discovery and delivery of the authentic self. That's why you're here. I know that's why you're in church, because you got work to do. So why do you think I'm here every time the doors open? Because I've got work to do. I want to get in touch with more of that authentic self and let go of more and more of the lies that I was told about who I am and what I continue to tell myself from time to time. The work is to discover our authentic self and then deliver it, and that is how we serve the world. So the first thing I want to say about this idea is that everyone has a purpose. And it may affect the job that you choose or the places where you give your gift, but it's not a job. Years ago, we had Ian Van Zandt speak at my church in Dallas, and she said, everybody's got a purpose, but some of y'all got to get a job too. I love her. She can just tell it like it is. Your purpose is not necessarily the work you do, but the idea is that we want to deliver our authentic self into everything we do. My dad worked a job that he hated for 33 years because he loved his family and took care of us. And it was a good American factory job with benefits, but he hated it. It affected his health, definitely affected his mood. And so when I went off to college to study something, my dad said, don't ever do what I did. You're gifted. Go follow your dreams. And I imagine that during my 20s, when I was full-blown alcoholism and singing in bars that were not the greatest. I'm sure my dad's like, maybe I should have told him to become an accountant. I don't know. But you know what? It was part of the journey, and he was right. And I think he gave me that gift of just, there's something in me that will know the way. And I made a lot of weird, wrong turns. And today I can say that I'm here as a minister because I had this love of community, and I got to a place where I couldn't say what was really in my heart to say in just a song. So it just happened. I just became more, as I've healed more and more of who I am, it becomes clear that I want to move more and more in the way I spend my time here. Not just my job, but the relationships that I invest in, the way I treat my body. I want to be in alignment with my soul, and that's your purpose. And it's going to, the out-picturing of that, the roles you may take on, the things you agree to do, they will evolve and change as you evolve and change. But you have a holy purpose. That's why you're here. But you got some things in the way. Here's just my little list. The body. The body seeks comfort, pleasure, and survival. The body does not seek your soul's purpose. Anybody else just want to sit on the couch and eat potato chips and watch football? Is that just me? Okay. Go Astros. Yeah, I know. It's Tuesday's the playoffs. We won the division yet again, just saying. You have an ego. You have an ego. The ego seeks significance and validation. It's looking out for itself. It's the part of you that helps you navigate the world, but it's not seeking your soul's purpose. But your soul desires the expression of your gifts, which I'm going to equate to the lever in the Archimedes quote. It's the thing that you bring that is unique that you can use to make something happen. Your soul desires expression of your authentic self, and it also desires the experience of true belonging. That's the place we stand. And each of us is seeking a way to be who we are, to bring the gifts and talents and preferences that we have in a setting, in a community, in a group where we feel like we are valued, and we can do that. That's the whole reason we exist here at Unity of Houston, is to create a space where we can bring who we are. We're doing a new ad campaign where there'll be an interview with me in the October issue of Outsmart magazine, which is the largest LGBTQ publication in the city. And that's what we were focused on. We also took out an ad, and it's everyone belongs. We talk about unapologetically inclusive. And that doesn't just mean for gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender people. That means for all y'all. This is a place where we want you to bring who you are. That we honor and value the way God has shaped you. I was driving down 59. I have a lot of stories where I'm driving down 59. I live in Montrose, so I'm back and forth here quite a bit on that. And well, first of all, let me tell you, do you all know about Thomas Merton? I've spoken about him before. He was a Catholic monk. He wrote a best-selling autobiography in the 50s, and he was a Trappist monk. He lived in a monastery outside of Louisville, Kentucky, called Gethsemane. And he became a huge peace activist, and he wrote so much about the contemplative life. Beautiful, beautiful teacher. One day when he was there in Kentucky at the monastery, it was his turn to go into the city to buy groceries and supplies for the monastery. And he's there at the corner of 6th and Main in downtown Louisville. Coming out of the store where he had bought things, he was stopped dead in his tracks with this awareness that every person walking on the streets was holy. And he was shaken to his core just seeing the holiness around him. Transformed everything. Changed the way he wrote. It changed the work that he decided to focus on in his ministry. And I was on 59 the other day. That didn't happen to me. But something did happen. I had gone to a doctor's appointment. I was working from home that day. I was driving back home and stuck on 59 at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, really, stopped dead traffic. And I was a little frustrated. I had to get home, get on a Zoom call, and I had an awareness that all of these people in all these cars that are just really obstacles to me in this moment, they have a life. And I began to think about, well, some of them are probably driving to the med center, dealing with who knows what they're dealing with in their lives. Maybe good news, but probably some hard things. There are people probably driving over to U of H to classes who are maybe in the middle of life. They're beginning to get a degree. They want to change their life for good. There are people that are driving here or stuck here on traffic with me on this freeway who are having the worst day they've ever known. And there are people in the cars with me now who just asked someone to marry them, and they said yes. And something, it wasn't Thomas Merton, but something began to grow in me. Recognizing that every person has a story of their becoming. There's a German word, Sonder, and it just means special or unique. But the word has now been adapted into our language, into English, Sonder, and it means that experience that I had. Or just an awareness that everyone is in the middle of their hero's journey. Everyone is going through difficult things and wonderful things. They're having a life. And how often do I just look at them as traffic? And it helps me get in touch with my own unique purpose that I feel God has called me to. And yet, my ego still gets in the way. This happens for even holy people. I don't know if you know this. This is about the 12 original apostles of Jesus. This comes from the book of Mark, chapter 9. And they came to Capernaum, and when Jesus was in the house, he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the road?" 59. But they kept quiet because on the way they had argued about who was the greatest among them. So human, man. Who's Jesus' favorite? And sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and he said, "Anyone who wants to be first must be very last and the servant of all." And he took a little child whom he placed among them, and taking the child in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me. And whoever welcomes me does not welcome me, but the one who sent me." That ego always looking for status. And who had the least status in that room? This little child, probably making noise and running around, bothering people, crying in the service. You know how they are. And Jesus said, no. To be great in a spiritual sense means to set the ego aside and serve. Is to bring who you are to serve and to welcome each other as holy. What if we treated everyone the way we would treat a newborn baby, with gentleness and kindness and understanding? Do you know that they can't even walk yet when they come out? Did you know that? And you know you have to change their diapers? You know that? And yet what is our response to a baby? Oh, just our hearts. What if we could bring that kind of love for each other? You know, think about that metaphor of walking, you know, when it's a process, in case you haven't noticed. And the thing is, God planned it perfectly, or evolution did too, because they're just short little legs with a good padding on the behind, and they just fall all the time. They just get up and they fall and they fall. Can you imagine if the first time you tried to take a step and you failed, it was like, well, I guess walking's not for me. Clearly, I'm no good at this. You just get up, keep trying. And when a child falls down when they're learning to walk, who of us judges or criticizes them? Do you remember when you were with a child or a grandchild about to take their first steps and just the joy? Oh, come on, come to BB, that's Cindy's grandma's name. Come to BB and just welcome every fall, every misstep, it's all part of it. And your purpose is to make room for the growth as you deliver the gift you are. self-judgment and self-criticism is the quickest way to block your experience of finding your purpose. This comes from someone who did that for a long time. So let's talk about what is your lever. So I mentioned the Rumi story, you discover and deliver. That sequence is important. You've got to find out what your authentic self is before you can give it away. And so this requires some effort on our part, right? For me, it's been a whole lot of effort for a whole lot of years. Most of that discovery process for me has been in recovery, in the work that I've done there, in therapy with really good therapists who just would listen to my nonsense and occasionally go, have you heard that? Let me say that back to you and see if that feels true. And then churches like this, where I was given these teachings which were so different from what I grew up in. I thought God was mad at me for the first 30 years of my life. That perfectionist that I have in my own head, I thought God was like that too, just judging me, blaming me for my own mistakes, punishing me. And then I came to a New Thought church, and you're like, no, that's not how this works. That you are beloved beyond your imagination. All of that judging and punishing, that's you. You don't have to do that. Just as you are, you're created in the image and likeness of God. And you get to be you. It was life-changing. And I'm still having my life changed by doing this work of discovering my authentic self. And then after we know more of who we are, what it is that makes us tick, what are the ways that we might serve? I was watching a little bit of Joyce, what's her name? Joyce Meyer. We don't always agree theologically, but I like her style. She was saying when she first she wanted to find her purpose, and she didn't know, so she was in a church. She was really on fire with this evangelical zeal, and so the first thing she did is she went street evangelizing, and she's like, I hated every second of it. She said, the first person I tried to give a tract, they cussed me out and slapped it out of my hand. You're like, this is not my calling. She said, then I volunteered in the nursery at my church. And she said, after 2 weeks, both the kids and I knew this was a mistake. Then she actually applied and she said, for one day I became the pastor's secretary. And at the end of that day, he said, you didn't do anything wrong, but this just doesn't feel right. And then a little bit later, he asked her to teach a Bible class. And the first time she did that, she said, here it is. Here it is. And she is now a world-famous teacher of Bible. You get to try things. You get to experiment with your life as you're discovering how you're going to deliver your authentic self. Just try it out, and you will know. The kids will tell you, you're not a nursery worker, or they'll go, they will delight with you. And that's another great gift you get at a spiritual community like ours. We give you opportunities to serve, and you'll find not everything is going to be a fit for everybody. But there are ways, and talk to Reverend Cindy, who is also our director of volunteer ministry or sacred service. She will help you find the place where you can give your gift. Howard Thurman says this. I love this quote. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. That's how you find your lever in this world, the way that you can bring agency to make it better for all of us by finding out who you are. And then the last piece is this place to stand. And I am so grateful that I found the New Thought movement. It actually found me in a bar room singing drunk, but that's another story for another time. You'll find your way to a place, I hope that maybe Unity of Houston is a part of that journey for you. It is this morning. You're here. Where you have a sense of belonging, like I can bring my authentic self here. And when you have that support around you, that is the place to stand in the world so you can make the lever work. You have a firm foundation. You have people that have your back that will encourage you to keep trying. Not the nursery, that's not for you, but don't tell Stephen I said that because he will not be happy with me. He needs people volunteering in the nursery. And some of you, that's exactly right. I have a vision that we become what I've borrowed this term from this world called biomimicry. think I've told this before, I'm going to say it again, that they've discovered that reforestation is not difficult. Trees like to grow. You plant them in a growing zone where they can do that, they'll just grow. But what we've done is we've reforested like planting a cornfield. Monoculture, all the same trees, planted in straight lines, and it works. The forest comes, but it doesn't have the biodiversity of a natural forest, and it's expensive. And they discovered by this technique they call creating a welcoming island. That's the way nature does it. A much smaller piece of land with far fewer trees, but some of the other plants that are the smaller, the undergrowth and the middle places too. And you create this little welcoming island, and it thrives, and it attracts to it all the pollinators, all the little critters, all that it needs, and those welcoming islands grow towards each other. I have the vision that that's who we are as a community. We create a safe place for us to grow and heal. And we're doing this work of reforestation, kindness and compassion and loving kindness, recognizing that we're all divine, we're all in this together. We're doing it here, and there are other people doing it in their world, in their sphere, and I think we can grow together and heal the planet. Anybody on board with that? Amen. That's who we are. We don't have to do it all. But here, you are invited to find your place to root and grow, discover who you are and deliver it. You belong here. You belong here because you're here this morning. That's how I know you belong here. You may not be your church. You may be continuing your search, but thank you for being with us today. Mother Teresa is one of my spiritual sheroes. She says this: if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. She also said, we can do no great things, only small things with great love. Your purpose does not have to be grandiose. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to win Nobel Peace Prizes. Nothing, not to take away from any people that do that. It's amazing. They become beacons of light for us. But you do got to be you. You have to begin to release all of that judgment, all of that self-criticism. You are enough. Gary, would you mind going and playing? I'm going to go into the prayer from this. This came out several years ago, probably in the 90s. But this is a message from the Hopi elders, from the Oribi, the Arizona, the Hopi nation. You have been telling people that this is the 11th hour. Now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour. Here are the things that must be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? How are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It is time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other, and do not look outside yourself for the leader. This could be a wonderful time. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel like they are being torn apart, and they will suffer greatly. Know that the river knows its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off to the middle of the river, and keep our eyes open and our heads above the water. See who is there with you and celebrate them. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time of the lonely wolf is over. Gather yourselves together. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Will you pray with me? So in this prayer, remembering there is only one life, one presence, one power, one divine creative intelligence. I call it God because it's the biggest word I know. But this loving creator gives of its own nature and essence into infinite forms, and each of us is an expression of the Most High. Each of us created for a high and holy purpose, to be who God made us to be. and to bring the light that is ours, the light of God that shines through us as our unique light, and share it with our families, with our churches, with our synagogues and temples, with our mosques, with our cities, with our nations, with the world. And so in this moment, what I know is that everyone within the sound of my voice is opening to this light, opening to this truth that only can come through us. We release our fear and our judgment of ourselves, and we step into this open water, this flowing river that will take us where we need to be, that will deliver us to the very places that need our love, that need our healing, that need our stories. And so we trust. We can't do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that we can do. And in that, we give thanks and we let it be. And so it is. Amen. You're beautiful. There is a light that can come into the world no other way but through you. So if no one has told you today that they love you, I love you. God bless you.
Reverend Michael, thank you so much for that beautiful message. We love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And now is our time to give back to this ministry that gives to us in so many wonderful and beautiful ways. These spiritual tools, I would be lost without them. I would have been lost in my life without these spiritual tools that have given me the resources and the way to navigate this life experience. So I invite you to drop into your heart space and let's join together and give it in our offertory blessing this morning. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. And so it is. Amen.
If you need a dream, just look for it. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find
that was awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Julia. We have a couple of announcements closing this morning. We have our pet food donations today. If you brought pet food, you can drop them off in the drive-thru. If you didn't bring a donation, we do accept cash donations or a check. And this is for people, this is for animals. And also, if you need pet food, you can stop and get pet food there as well. Our voter registration is in the lobby today at a table in the lobby. This is the last Sunday to register here at Unity of Houston. So if you'd like to register, please go out to the table in the lobby. Midweek at Unity on Wednesday, Linda Starr will be in the pyramid at 7 p.m. Her topic is the second coming, Christ expressing through us. Childcare is available by request. You can go to our Youth and Family Ministry menu on the website to register your child, and our prayer partners will be down front this morning if you would like to have prayer. Thank you so much.
Will you stand now as you're able and know that the person next to you is bringing their gift just as you're bringing yours. Let's sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Speak with me now the words of our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And we proclaim today that God is good.
It's a beautiful day.